Hi again everyone, Scott Player Popcorn fan here, and in this video, I just saw the Flash movie. I saw it last night. I actually saw it with my family, but oh wow, okay, I'm ready to do this review. By the way, I got a new poster just the other day of the Flash, and it's a nice poster, it adds to my background, and yeah, all right. And also new glasses. I got new glasses yesterday, and I thought they were rather fitting with the movie I was watching yesterday, The Flash. It's a dark red. I like these glasses have like a dark red frame, so it's like a sort of a blackish red kind of a coloring in the frames, and it's really cool. I like these new glasses, and they're shaped the way I usually wear glasses. So yeah, all right, my thoughts on The Flash. This is going to be a spoiler-free review, so no spoilers here. And yeah, this movie, I thought it was really good. I definitely think this is one of the better DC films we've had in a couple of years. Granted, I don't think it's perfect. This movie does have some problems, especially with the CGI. Oof. Like there was like several moments during action scenes where the CGI is not great. Oh wow. Uh, but what I really like about this movie is that you follow the character of Barry Allen, and with the way Ezra Miller is portraying the character, at least the version that we're following in this movie, he feels a lot more grounded than he was in some of the previous DCEU films. And when you get to a certain point, in the story, and you see two different versions of Barry Allen. I mean, it's in the trailers. It's in the trailers for this movie, so it's not a spoiler. But when you're seeing these two different versions of Barry Allen, it's interesting what they do with the performance of the actor, because Ezra Miller, he does a really good job. They do a really good job portraying the character, not just the version that we're following, but also the version that we get introduced to, because the character is a lot more obnoxious, a lot more annoying, and that might some people might not like how annoying that character might be, but I mean, I didn't mind it, but I will admit that there were a couple times that I did get annoyed with that character. But also, this movie, in a lot of ways, is very comedic. Is a very, I was surprised how comedic this movie was. There were a lot of comedic moments throughout, and there was a lot of humor that did work for me, but there was also a lot of humor that didn't work for me. So that's a bit of another flaw. Just some of the comedy, not all of it landed for me. But just what I'm trying to say about Barry Allen, what they do to make our version that we're following more grounded, and realizing how annoying this other version is. I think that's really interesting the way they do that. It's really fascinating. And I mean, this movie is sort of a film version of a comic book story, Flashpoint, and it's in the trailers. There's a little bit of time travel involved in this film, and I thought that led to some great comedic moments. Not gonna lie, and a reference to a movie that I watched actually not too long ago, and it was a lot of fun. I thought definitely this movie is entertaining from beginning to end. That is something I will say about it, and it's very crowd pleasing. It's very crowd pleasing. Michael Keaton. I thought he was great. I'm glad they brought back Michael Keaton as his version of Batman from Batman '89 and Batman Returns. I loved having him back in this movie. It was great. He was awesome, and also Sasha Callie as Kara Zor-El, Supergirl. I thought she was great too. Granted, she wasn't in the movie as much as you might think, but with what she had, with the amount of screen time that her character had, I thought she was phenomenal as the character. And I don't know if they'll ever bring her character back in future movies. I'm not sure, but it was great. I thought she was amazing. All the acting across the board was just really well done, and a lot of the action scenes. Like I was saying earlier, there's really good action scenes in this movie, but at the same time, some of the CGI just is not good, which sort of detracts from the experience of the action scenes. Yeah, some of the CGI is just really not good in this movie. But yeah, and what I liked about the more grounded version of the Flash, Barry Allen, is that there were also a lot of heartfelt moments. There were a lot of heartfelt moments where you do care about the character, and it lended to a story where, you know, uh, uh, it's hard to talk about without spoiling it, but there's a lot of it's almost like a family comedy in a way. It's interesting the way they do it with handle the story and the time traveling, and it's all of it is in favor of Barry wanting to have a family again, and there was just a lot of really great moments, really heartfelt moments because of that, and I felt for his character. There were a couple times that I teared up a little, even at the end, and because you know, I understand what Barry was going throughout the film, because for those of you that might not know, I lost my dad, like about 7 years ago now, and yeah, there were some moments that did hit hard for me watching this movie because of that. I felt for Barry, and yeah, I thought because of the I just okay, yeah, I mean, because of that, this movie does, how do I say it, it's just a really good film. I love it, but it has its problems, and but also the music was great too. I thought, I think they brought back, yeah, they did. They brought back the Danny Elfman Batman theme from Batman '89. That was a great piece of music to hear again in this film, and some of the song choices in this movie were really good. Great soundtrack. I loved it, and overall, it's a decent film. It really is. But it has some problems, especially with the CGI, and also some of the humor not all working for me. But great film nonetheless. Definitely, out of the DC films that we've had within the past few years, because I know there was Shazam: Fury of the Gods, there was Black Adam, and I think the last good DC film was James Gunn's Suicide Squad film, The Suicide Squad. That was like 2 years ago when that came out, and I thought that movie was really good too. I do think I like this movie more, The Flash. Yeah, it's been a couple years since we've had a good, decent superhero hero film from DC, and I definitely think that this movie in particular, The Flash, definitely one of the better ones. And also, like I was saying in a video a while back, it's definitely a swan song. It's a song. It's a swan song for the DCEU, and it's a love letter not just to the DCEU, but to DC films in general. And because of that, there were a lot of crowd pleasing moments, especially in the third act. Oh my! Oh my! There were some really good cameos. I'm not going to spoil it here, but there were some really cool cameos in the third act, and that was really cool. I loved that. yeah, very crowd pleasing, very Easter egg heavy. You know, I'm sure a lot of DC fans will get a kick out of the many Easter eggs and references to other DC movies and TV shows referenced in this movie, and I thought that was awesome. So yeah, if I had to give this a grade, I'd probably give it a B plus. That'd be my grade for The Flash. So that should do it for this review. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you all in the next one. Bye bye.